Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, September 29th, 2016. I'm Maral Katwari.
And I'm Alexandra Garcia. Welcome to the Local Live.
The town of Mamaroneck gets awarded by the Department of Environmental Conservation.
The village of Mamaroneck takes action to fight the drug epidemic in our community. A Mamaroneck High School senior creates a new app that can help students.
And this week, the Rhinebeck boys soccer show us their power play.
The Larchmont Playhouse is officially closed. This and more stories coming up in our segment In the Media.
Larchmont celebrates its 125th birthday.
The International Beer Festival brings people from all over Westchester to Harbor Island.
Stick around for a roundtable with Mamaroneck comedian Kaitlyn Murphy.
Tell us what you think. In person, over the phone, online. Watch and hear yourself on TV. You tell us, we air it. This is the Local Live.
Congratulations are in order for the town of Mamaroneck. Early today, the regional director of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, Kelly Turturro, awarded the town on becoming a certified climate-smart community for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and energy use. There are only 9 communities in New York that the Department of Environmental Conservation has recognized, and Mamaroneck is proud to be a part of that small but impressive group.
I am really pleased to be here on behalf of DEC Commissioner Basil Sagos to make this very exciting announcement today. Last week we celebrated Climate Week in New York, and under Governor Cuomo's leadership, New York is leading the nation in addressing the challenges of climate change.
So I just wanted to quickly mention a few of the environmental initiatives that the town has taken most recently that have been recognized by the state, and that is the energy performance contract that we completed a few years ago in renovating the town center, firehouse, ice rink, most importantly, the largest energy user in the town, and retrofitting all the streetlights to LEDs. We participated in the Community Choice Aggregation Program with Sustainable Westchester, which offers the opportunity to all our residents to sign up for green energy through a consortium. We did the Solarize campaign where we got 70 households in our community to sign up for solar implementation power, my house being one of them. We sell rain barrels to encourage folks to get the rainwater out of the stormwater system, and we've had great success in those sales. We run some of our garbage trucks on used vegetable oil that we collect from the community restaurants, which of course is a wonderful way to reduce the use of diesel fuel and reduce emissions.
In other news from the town, a new budget plan was announced by the board at a meeting on September 21st. The board explained the town staff is working to have a new budget by December. Meetings and hearings will be held within the next few weeks.
And we have some announcements as well. September 30th will be the last day to pay school taxes without a penalty, and you can pay online at thetownofameroneck.org. October 16th will be the date for the Sheldrake Fall Festivals, with leaf mulching demos, quest leaf blowing demos, and of course, rain barrels. And lastly, starting October 1st, the Homics Ice Rink will be opening its doors for regular skating seasons.
Village of Mamaroneck Mayor Norman Rosenblum and residents held a public forum on September 22nd to openly discuss the drug abuse happening in our community. The mayor told the Daily Voice that the effect of this epidemic and threat, in particular to our young people, as well as the general public, is unfortunately emphasized by the recent overdose deaths in the village of Mamaroneck of 3 young residents, 2 of which happened in the past couple of weeks. Recent fatal drug overdoses included a young man from Washingtonville and a 25-year-old woman from Shore Acres, which prompted a call to action. The mayor established the Mayor's Drug Culture Committee to address the epidemic of drug abuse and will include students, parents, local, and state officials. We'll keep you informed on any new developments.
Mamaroneck High School students' schedules just got a little easier to manage. Mamaroneck High School senior Harrison Crandall has created a free app called MHS Schedule that clearly displays student schedules for them. Harrison has worked on the app since March, but it was not until the first day of school on September 6th when he launched the version 1.1 of his application.
Crandall says he is getting positive feedback from his classmates. He says, "I'm still getting people stopping me in the halls, thanking me for MHS Schedule." For those students who still don't have the app, they can go to the iOS store on their iPhone and download it. At the moment, this application is not available for Android phones.
In other news, Mamaroneck High School counselor Keith Yeiser retired after 33 years of serving the Mamaroneck School District. Last night at the St. Thomas Episcopal Church, members of our community, friends, and family members joined him at a special dinner to commemorate his years of service. It should be noted that this was a community-organized event and the school district was not involved. One of the organizers, Jeff Megan, said to the local Live that Yeiser would not accept this dinner tribute unless the funds were raised to help students from Mamaroneck High School. Yeiser chose the Jaden Alexander MHS Scholarship Fund to send their proceeds.
Everybody's giving me these lauds, and I've been told how great I am. I'm gonna look in the mirror tonight and say, who are you? But I can appreciate it, I take it all in, but I do say this, I say this in all my heart. I was born and raised in Mamaroneck. Now I've been to Helsinki, Finland. I've been to Warsaw, Poland. I've been to Paris, France. I've been places that I guess I never thought I would be able to go. But there's one thing I know where my feet are, and it's a rock, and it's a foundation, which is Mamaroneck. And I'm going to leave you with this. It's from the 2 Chronicles, 7th chapter, 14th verse. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then and only then will I hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and I will heal their land. This is a nation that needs healing, okay? And one of the things, there's two things I know when it came to kids being in my office, because I put that challenge to my son. My sons and my daughters, and a lot of kids. Name the kids who had to be in my office and name the kids who just wanted to be there.
Here's Jack Wells with what's trending in the media.
The Larchmont Playhouse officially closed its doors this past Sunday. The local treasure has been open since the 1930s. The Playhouse's fate is still up in the air after efforts from a local group, Save the Larchmont Movies. More than $600,000 have been pledged, but the fundraising is still ongoing. You can find more information about this on the Mamaroneck Daily Voice. Also on Sunday, the sports world suffered the loss of two great athletes, Arnold Palmer, a golf legend, and Jose Fernandez, Miami Marlins pitcher. Their losses came as a surprise. However, Fernandez did die abruptly in a boat crash. Both will be missed. To find out more on both, you can visit News 12. The summer is officially gone. With fall starting last week, it's time to have your fall jackets ready. Since lower temperatures are coming our way, our local patch outlines the upcoming fall weather, as well as bringing us the best places in Westchester to see the foliage. So visit the patch to find out more. An interesting story out of Scarsdale schools. Have you ever heard of esports? Well, some students, a part of the esports club, are participating in gaming tournaments and earning scholarship money. So check out LoHUD to learn more about this opportunity. And finally, the Pediatric Cancer Foundation of Blindbrook High School, a club that I'm glad to be a part of, raised over $1,000 during our Give Hope bake sale at the Westchester Mall this month to donate to local hospitals. This coinciding with Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, so make sure you go to their Facebook page and the patch for more information. And that's it for this week in the media. I'm Jack Wells.
It's time for some local trivia. Then on tonight's roundtable, we will meet Mamaroneck comedian Kaitlyn Murphy.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Kaitlyn Murphy, a hilarious local comedian who has recently performed at the iconic Carolines. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, how did you get your start in comedy?
I started just a year ago. August 7th is my date that I started
Your anniversary.
comedy, my anniversary with comedy. I joke that I'm like in a relationship with comedy because it takes up a lot of your life. But I started, and I actually did a show with MTV, and they did a special segment on how I went to college to be a teacher, and that was my main plan. And then when I was in college, I did improv, And the improv is what made me realize, like, this is what I want to do. And so I got connected with MTV, and they did a whole thing about, like, oh, she wanted to be a teacher, but now she's wants to be a comedian. And then that's kind of what started my path with stand-up, because they were like, we want to get you on stage. And I was like, okay.
Wow, so
yeah.
how does one contact MTV?
They actually came to my college for auditions, and like everyone got an email, and I was like, I'm going. I didn't even understand what they were looking for, but I knew that
Just like
MTV
an interesting
was
story to tell?
Yep. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It aired everywhere in the world except here, pretty much, so it makes it seem like I'm a liar.
Right,
I swear, I have
in Canada
links.
too.
In Canada, Australia, Japan.
That's so funny.
But not here. But that's when I started and had my first set, and then from there,
That's
I
awesome.
started doing open mics.
What a
Yeah.
good way to launch yourself.
Yeah.
And where did you go to college?
Marist.
Oh, cool. That's a
Yeah.
great place for, theater and performance.
Yeah, I was in the Humorists. Was my
Oh,
improv
was the
troupe.
improv troupe.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And was there any particular experience, other than just general improv or a particular comedian that made you want to pursue it, or you?
Yeah, actually in high school, I started watching Saturday Night Live, and I fell in love with Kristen Wiig and all her crazy characters, and like a lot of people would walk down the hall and be like, do you like the Gilly or this or whatever. I did like impressions of all her characters, and I was like, I want to do what she's doing. And like in high school I said, like, I want to be on Saturday Night Live, like that was my dream. But I was still very like modest and like realistic that, okay, I'm gonna go get my degree in teaching. But then I went through with it, and I do like teaching, but I love comedy. So
Interesting. So you just decided to take the plunge.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
for
once I
you.
graduated. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that drive.
Yeah.
And anything you've learned from this year of doing comedy? Any horror stories? Anything that made you feel like you were heading in the right direction, maybe?
Yeah, no horror stories, thankfully. But my day job is I'm a babysitter for a woman in Rye, Lisa Perlman, and she is actually also a comedian. So that was really cool. Working with her kind of was like, it felt like it was fate that I got, matched up with her to
You
babysit.
didn't know?
No, it was like through moms talking, and I babysat for another mom, and she mentioned that I do this, and then she was like, oh, I should have her come over and like meet the kids, and maybe I could use her, and then it ended up working out perfectly. And now like she's like my mentor. I still she employs me, so I have a job during the day. And she's helped me out a lot, and she's taught me a lot about the business, and she got me into my first gig at Gotham Comedy Club.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's kind of when like the ball really started to get rolling from there, because I started to meet new people and network more. So it's been a lot of learning about the business and how to keep going forward with it without you can't get too comfortable in one spot. You got to continuously keep moving and motivate yourself.
So for these open mics, do you go to these comedy clubs and you just sign up for slots?
Yeah, it's different a lot. Sometimes they're at random bars, but there's a website that you can go on to, and it basically shows you the times and the way to sign up for any open mic going on in New York City.
Oh, really? What's the website?
Yeah, it's called badslava.com. So if you go on there, and if like anyone's interested in just checking out an open mic, you can just go there, and they welcome anyone. You just have to get there. Sometimes it's like, you pay $5 for 5 minutes, and you go up and you practice your stuff. And then from there, that also helps you network.
And
meet
that's how you
people.
practice in front of a group of strangers?
Yes. Yeah.
That's high stakes.
Yeah, and usually
I don't practice like that.
Yeah, it's tough, but usually at the open mics, it's other comedians. So sometimes it's hard because, everyone there is focusing on the new stuff that they're trying to go over and work on, so they're not necessarily paying attention to you. But then it's also a good challenge, because then if you're in a room with all these comedians, and at the end of the day, you want to make, fans and people happy and an audience happy and make them laugh. But when you can impress your peers and other comedians, that's also what you really want too.
And what's going through your head right before you go on for your set? Or are you just blank?
I usually run through, even though I know my set, I know how the jokes go. it's like I have to go, like, I have like weird little notes that I have for myself of like each joke, little like bullet points, like this, and I sent it to my friend once who heard my set. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do tonight. She goes, I don't know any of those jokes. And I was like, what are you talking about? You know all these jokes. And then she was like, yeah, that's your own little like
shorthand.
Yeah, your own little shorthand. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's so funny.
So I always go through that before
But
I go on
when I
stage.
watched your sets, you don't keep anything in your hand, no notes, nothing.
No. That's, you don't want to do that. You can do
Not
that
even
at
at an open mic.
At
Right.
open mics, you can do that. But I have always pretty much tried not to do that because I think it just helps you in the long run to like, so you don't go blank. Or even if you do go blank when you're on stage at an open mic, it helps you practice how you would handle it on stage. And that helps you, crowd work and things like that.
And where do you pull inspiration from when you're writing your jokes? What do most of your jokes center around? Or is it too broad?
It's pretty broad, I would say, but it kind of started off with like, post-college life and my age and the things that like millennials go through, and making jokes on that. But what it's evolved into from all those jokes now, I've noticed it's a lot of like men versus women and how, men might handle one thing and how a woman handles this, or a lot of that stuff. And sometimes it gets a little inappropriate, but it's all fun and it's true. I mean, that's the thing. Like, comedy
that's
is
usually
relatable.
what makes it so funny. Is
Yeah,
that you're like,
when-
yeah, that's really true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess your craft will just evolve as you do. As you leave post-college life, you'll probably make less jokes about post-college life.
Yeah. Like, I still joke about like certain things, but it's because I'm still like, certain things I miss about college, but it is because I still miss that about college, which I could be doing in 10 years. You never know. But then like, there's also other things, just trying to get a hold on like adulting is, what I say.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to get a hold on this and things that I still have my mom do. And I feel like that's cool because I think sometimes an older crowd, like moms and parents, can relate to that, but then also like kids, 20 in their 20s can also relate to that as well.
And what do your parents think of your chosen career?
They're extremely, extremely supportive. I'm like super,
awesome.
super lucky. Yeah, because it's a scary thing when I'm like, I actually told them halfway through my senior year of college, I like sat them down and I was like, this is what I want to do. I have to give it a try. And it was like I wanted to do comedy and acting, and that was more because I didn't know how to really get into comedy. And they were like, okay, like we'll give you a year, and if it's not looking up, then you gotta like do stuff with teaching, And then a year went by, and on my 1-year anniversary, I performed at Dangerfield's Comedy Club. So they were like, yeah, all right, you can keep going.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice for people who maybe, like you just said, are interested in the comedy world and the entertainment business, but aren't quite sure how to get a start?
Yeah.
Because, MTV is not coming to my school.
Yeah, that was a very like lucky thing that I had there to get me started and push me. But to anyone who just like wants to get going on it and start it, is you just have to bite the bullet and go to an open mic and perform, because that is the best way to do it. You'll keep putting it off. Luckily for me, the MTV was like, we want you to do stand-up for like a follow-up segment. And I hadn't actually done stand-up yet. I had only done improv. And they gave me like 4 days notice. And they were like, we want you to have 7 minutes of stand-up. And I was like, what?
7 minutes?
Yeah. And I was like, okay. So the first time that I did stand-up, it was on camera for MTV. That was the first time I ever did it. So you got to bite the bullet. Like, I was forced to do it, but if I wasn't, I don't know how much longer I would have waited, because it is scary. I was scared to go up and do that, because with stand-up, it's, you've sat down, you've thought about these jokes, and you're like laughing to yourself about it. And then if you go on stage and no one laughs, that's really embarrassing. But then like, I was so used to improv, it's like, well, if no one laughs, I just came up with it on the spot, so whatever.
And what's next for you? What do you have planned?
I have a lot of road gigs coming up, going out to Springfield, New Jersey at Scotty's Comedy Cove. Comedy Cove, I think. And I'll be in Altoona, Pennsylvania, then up to Connecticut, and then there's some other like future future gigs in the works that I can't.
Awesome. So you're hitting the
can't say
road.
yet. Yes, yeah, which I'm really excited about because I want to expand.
Nice. Thank you so much for being here, Kaitlyn.
Thank
This
you
is
so
awesome.
much for
Good luck
having
with
me.
everything.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me.
Coming up next is the answer to our trivia question and everything you missed out on at the 125th anniversary celebration of Larchmont and the International Beer Festival.
This week in sports, the Mamaroneck boys soccer team was stuck in a scoreless tie with Bronxville into the second half. Reed Peterson took a feed from Donovan Dunning to put the Panthers up in the LMC Varsity Sports Play of the Week.
As this one will be played forward by Dunning. And he crosses it. A golden opportunity at the goal! Donovan Dunning with a nice pass across to Reed Peterson, and it's 1-0 Mamaroneck. So the junior Dunning crosses it across the goal mouth, and Peterson beats Eddie Connor's near side, and it's 1-0 Panthers.
Larchmont celebrated their 125th anniversary this past Saturday, and it was lots of fun. I know because I was there and I had a great time, not only covering the event, but eating the food and enjoying and listening to the music. We're here celebrating the 125th anniversary of Larchmont with many local residents who have decided to come out and enjoy this wonderful day. We have so many activities, some of which include the annual Arts Festival, the Street Festival, and of course, the Truck Show. We have wonderful activities for children such as bouncy castles and awesome food trucks for the families to enjoy as well. So let's come out and see what everybody's saying in this wonderful day. The Larchmont Public Library reopened its doors on Saturday, September 24th, following an official ribbon cutting that took place with Library Board Chair Pamela Tillinghast-Dubisky, along with Mamaroneck Supervisor Nancy Sellingson and Village of Larchmont Mayor Lorraine Walsh. The newly improved library includes new adult and children programs and, of course, new book selections. After the ribbon cutting ceremony, I spoke with painter Paolo Fiorino at the annual Arts Festival.
It's influenced my work a lot. I like to do kind of a childish, naive, cartoony kind of style, and the kids love it, so I like to keep them happy.
Besides traditional paintings, there were recycled jewelry pieces sold, along with classic jazz music, talented artists, and realistic paintings that caught the attention of many at the festival.
Great day. I don't know. The games, the music, all of the artwork is great. Seeing the kids playing on the trucks is wonderful. Really, I can't pick just one thing. It's a good day.
After the Arts Festival, I made sure to catch up with the food trucks at the Street Festival. Tons of families lined up at Pow Burger and Walter's Hot Dogs. Some even were craving fresh pizza slices.
10 hours have gone into the planning of this event, and everybody's stepped up and done the right thing along the way, which is what makes Larchmont so great, because everybody that said they would get involved, got involved. I want to thank LMC just through all the years. You guys come to every event. It's all great stuff what you do, and the community thanks you for all your hard work and dedication.
I was even able to enjoy the live entertainment and the truck show. Some kids were even willing to tell me what was their favorite part of the Street Festival this year.
I thought just eating pie. The pie tasted really good.
Really good.
I hope you enjoyed the 125th anniversary of Larchmont. We're obviously still enjoying here, having a fantastic time with bubbles and entertainment, as you can obviously see. And so we hope to see you here again next year, same place and same channel. My name is Alexandria Garcia, reporting for the Local Live.
You're watching The Local Live, the only news show on Larchmont and Mamaroneck on LMC-TV.
The third annual Halftime Beer Festival took place on Saturday and drew crowds of thousands. There was great music, great food. I could stand here and talk about it, but why don't I just show you? Let's roll the package. You guys, Mamaroneck was a place to be on Saturday. The halftime beer festival came right here to Harbor Island Park, and literally thousands of people from all over New York have come to Mamaroneck to enjoy over hundreds of beers.
This is fantastic. This is actually my second year here, and it is a great time.
Actually, it's the second time here, and I really love it. It's getting really extreme. I think every year they add a new level of insanity, making it better, more breweries, more people, more food trucks. It's a great experience.
We're having a great time. All the beer is fantastic, and with my best buds.
The beer festival had it all today. Great bands, great music, food trucks, a giant bouncy castle, and obviously great beer. The IPAs seem to be a big favorite.
I'm an IPA guy, so I find all the IPAs all around.
The IPAs have been very good. Yeah.
The third annual Halftime Beer Festival just keeps getting bigger and better. There was something for everyone. The food trucks did not disappoint and came from all over the state. The festival had everything from Indian food, pizza to burgers, and people loved it.
I always love Walter's. That's always a hometown favorite. My favorites are always Anthony's Deli. They're always usually here. I'm looking forward to finding them. There's also a pizza truck that's here. I think they're from Mount Vernon, the Parlor House. Yeah. They're pretty awesome.
Delicious grilled cheese. Pulled pork grilled cheese is good.
Oh my God, the Hoppa cart. To die for. You guys got to get the ube burgers.
Well, you guys, I wish you were here with me because this beer festival was a lot of fun. Reporting for the Local Live, I'm Maral Kathwari. Cheers.
Pez is a 1.5-year-old tabby cat. Pez was one of the youngest of his siblings, so he's used to having other cats around and rolling with the punches. He's very playful and very loving. For more information on how to adopt Pez or browse other adorable pets, go to www.ny-petrescue.org.
If you'd like to keep us on air, support our program by checking out our website at www.lmc-tv.org and click the donate button in the upper right corner. We really appreciate any contribution.
We're always welcoming new interns and volunteers, so send your emails to the Local Live at lmctv.org and join us. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alexandra Garcia.
And I'm Maral Kathwari. I'd like to give a shout out to one of our producers today. Happy birthday, Michael Bianco. See you next week for another episode of the Local Live.
Go slow. Whoa.
Can the Local Live give my pet ostrich the power of human speech?
What? No.